My child, I need you to be still just for this one moment. I know the universe is vast and your world is filled with endless noise, 1,000 voices pulling you in 1,000 directions. You listen to them all. You give your attention to the urgent, to the entertaining, to the demanding. But you do not hear me. And I am the one who is here, not to demand, but to restore. I am here to heal the deepest parts of you, the places you hide even from yourself. But this healing is not a force I impose upon you. It is a current of love you must choose to step into. It requires your cooperation, your willingness to be seen. Child, my knowledge of you did not begin on the day of your birth. Long before that day, when you were only a thought in my eternal mind, I loved you. I was the silent artist who knit you together in the secret place of the womb, a sacred space where no human eye could see my work. I wove the very fabric of your being, thread by delicate thread. Before your own mother knew your name, I had spoken it in the halls of eternity. I knew the unique melody of your laughter before it ever escaped your lips. I understood the precise weight of your sadness before the first tear ever carved a path down your cheek. Your every strength, your every vulnerability, your hidden fears and your secret abyss. You have known them all always, because you were formed from my own heart. You are not a random occurrence in the cosmic timeline, a fleeting wisp of vapor destined to disappear without a trace. You are my creation, a deliberate act of my love. My very own image is imprinted upon your soul, a permanent seal that declares your origin and your destiny. You belong to me. And yet how easily you forget. You chase the echoes, the flashing lights, the temporary promises of a world that can never truly satisfy. You run after the noise, believing it is life, while I, the source of all life, stand beside you in the quiet, patiently waiting. I wait for that moment when you will pause, catch your breath, and remember who you are. I wait for you to turn and see that I have been here all along, holding a space of peace for you. My beloved child, you are so tired. I see it in the slump of your shoulders and the weariness in your spirit. You run and run, seeking rest in places that offer only temporary relief, like a traveler who drinks salt water to quench a thirst. I see the conflict within your heart, the endless cycle of anxious thoughts that hold you captive. Your body aches from carrying burdens you were never meant to bear alone. It does not have to be this way. I did not design you for this relentless struggle. I created you for a deep, abiding peace, a profound stillness in the core of your being that the fiercest storms of life cannot disturb. I am that peace. Do not imagine me as a distant king on a faraway throne, indifferent to your struggles. I am not hiding from you. I am not playing games with your heart. I am closer to you than the air you breathe. My voice is in the gentle rustle of the leaves. My touch is in the warmth of the sun. My presence is in the steady rhythm of your own heart. I am whispering your name in every moment, calling you back to myself. But the world screams for your attention, and its distractions are like a wall of sound, drowning out my quiet invitation. You cover your ears, not always intentionally, but because the noise has become your normal. Even now, in this very moment as you read these words, I am leaning in. I am extending my hand to you. I am calling you to lift your gaze from the chaos at your feet and look up into my eyes. If you would grant me this one moment of your undivided attention, I would begin to show you a love so vast it can swallow every wound you have ever suffered. My love is an ocean, and your deepest pains are but a single drop within it. It is more powerful than every fear that paralyzes you, greater than every loss that has hollowed you out. I know the memories that stalk you in the quiet hours of the night. I know the bitter taste of disappointments you have tried to bury, hoping they would disappear. I see the guilt you carry like a heavy cloak, the shame you expertly hide from the world, the relentless self-accusations that rise within you like a merciless tide. I have watched you turn away from your own reflection, unable to bear what you see. But I, your Father, your Creator, the one friend who will never abandon you, I do not turn my face away. I do not flinch at your scars. I am not repulsed by your weaknesses or your failures. I do not condemn you when you fall. Instead, I reach down time and time again to lift you up. I steady you when you tremble. I whisper the truth to you until you can hear it again. Your worth is not a fragile thing, determined by your accomplishments or your failures, or by the shifting opinions of others. Your worth is eternally and unchangeably rooted in one simple, powerful fact. You are mine. That is enough. It will always be enough. Listen to me, my child. There is nothing you could ever do that would exhaust the ocean of my mercy. There is no failure so great that it could erect a wall between you and my love. Even when you run to the furthest corners of the earth, when you actively reject me, when your life becomes so full that you forget I exist, I remain faithful to you. I have carved your name upon the palms of my hands. You are perpetually before me. Do you understand what the cross was? It was not a cosmic tragedy or a sign of my weakness. It was the ultimate proof, the loudest declaration in all of history, that I would rather endure the greatest agony imaginable than to face an eternity without you. So when you are drowning in the sight of your own shortcomings, remember the price that was paid for you. I did not pay it because you were perfect and flawless. I paid it because I wanted you in your entirety with all your beautiful imperfections. You hold onto a devastating lie, the belief that you must repair yourself, clean yourself up and become presentable before you can approach me. My child, that is the way of the world, not the way of my heart. Come now. Come as you are. Do not hide your brokenness. Bring it to me as an offering. Bring me the shattered pieces of your heart. Bring me your tangled confusion and your paralyzing doubts. Bring me your frustration and your rage, even the anger you feel toward me. I am not a fragile God. I am not afraid of your raw honesty. I am not offended by your most difficult questions. I am your Father, and what I desire most is truth in the deepest chambers of your heart. If you will dare to speak to me with complete openness, you will find me waiting for you in that vulnerable space. I will not break what is already bruised. I will not extinguish a faith that is flickering like a dying flame. Instead, I will gently breathe my own life into the places where you feel dead inside, and I will fan that flame back into a steady light. You spend your life searching. You long for a love that will not betray you, a friendship that will not fade with time or distance. You ache to be truly seen, to be known to the very core, to be understood without judgment, to be held securely in your moments of fear. My child, I am the one you are searching for. Every deep, unnamed longing in your soul is a homing signal, a shadow of the ultimate longing for me. The profound hunger that no earthly experience, person, or achievement can ever fully satisfy is the hunger for my presence. When you try to fill that sacred space with things, with status, with relationships, you only feel emptier in the end. This is because your soul was crafted with a unique shape, a shape that only I can fill. I am not cruel for allowing you to feel this emptiness. I allow it to be your guide, a divine compass pointing you back home. I allow it so that you will eventually realize that no substitute will ever suffice. My child, I invite you to open your heart to me. Do not be afraid. You carry a deep fear that if you truly surrender to me, I will strip away your joy, your freedom, your very identity. But that is the great deception. The truth is the exact opposite. In surrendering to me, you will discover a joy more profound than any passing pleasure. You will find a freedom more liberating than any rebellion. You will finally become the truest, most authentic version of yourself. You are not lost in me. You are found. You are not diminished. You are made complete. When you cling desperately to control, you feel a fleeting sense of security. But soon you discover that control is an illusion. It slips through your fingers like fine sand. But when you place your life, your fears, your future into my hands, you are truly secure. For my hands are the hands that shape the cosmos and hold all things together. You exhaust yourself worrying about tomorrow. You carry the weight of 1,000 possible futures, and this imagined weight crushes your spirit today. But I am already in your tomorrow. I exist outside of the linear time that binds you. The future that seems like a dark, unknown forest to you is a familiar landscape to me. I see the end from the beginning. Trust me. Do not squander your precious energy today by rehearsing every potential fear for tomorrow. Most of what you dread will never happen, and even when the genuine storms of life do rise, I will be with you in the boat. Did I not promise you? Fear not, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I have never broken my word, and I never will. Child, when you feel utterly alone, you are mistaken. You are never truly alone. When you lie awake in the dark of night, your mind racing, I am there, watching over you with a love that never sleeps. When tears fall silently onto your pillow, noticed by no one, I catch each one. When your cries are a silent scream in your heart, unheard by any human ear, they are a symphony to me. Do not mistake my silence for my absence. Sometimes, my silence is a sacred space I create for you. It is my way of teaching you to lean into me more deeply, to trust beyond the realm of your feelings and senses. The most profound spiritual treasures are often unearthed in the silence. It is there, in the quiet, that your heart can learn the unshakable truth that my presence is not dependent on noise, on signs, on emotional highs, but is a steady, constant, and eternal reality. My child, the world will make you many promises. It will tell you that happiness is found in the accumulation of wealth, in the applause of the crowd, in the acquisition of possessions, or in the pursuit of fleeting pleasures. And yet, look closely at those who chase these things with all their might. They are never satisfied. They are always thirsty for more. But I offer you gifts that the world can never give nor take away. I offer you a peace that transcends your circumstances and understanding. I offer you a joy that can blossom even in a season of sorrow. I offer you a hope that shines brightest in the dark and endures beyond the grave. The world's gifts are temporary. They rust, they fade, they break. My gifts are eternal. Why do you insist on chasing shadows when the eternal light is standing right beside you? There are moments when you feel too small, too ordinary, too insignificant for me to notice or care about. But look around you. Do you not see the sparrows I feed each day? Do you not see the wild lilies I dress in splendor? Are you not infinitely more valuable to me than they are? You are never forgotten. Every single detail of your life matters to me. The small anxieties you think are too foolish to mention, the secret hopes you are afraid to voice, you know them all. The whispers of your heart that you cannot even form into words, I understand them perfectly. Before a word is on your tongue, I know it completely. My child, you must stop comparing yourself to others. I did not create you to be a copy of someone else. I made you to be a unique, unrepeatable, and breathtaking masterpiece of my creation. When you look at the lives of others and feel that you are less than, that you are lacking, you are insulting my handiwork. Remember this, I do not make mistakes. You are a crucial and beautiful part of my grand design, and my design is good. Stop despising the person I created you to be. Stop believing the lie that whispers you are not enough. You are more than enough because I made you, because I have chosen to dwell within you, because my very own breath is the life in your lungs. I am calling you to something more than just healing. I am calling you to wholeness. Healing can be the relief from a specific pain, but wholeness is the complete restoration of your entire being to its original design. I want to restore your capacity for pure joy. I want to renew your sense of wonder and innocence. I want to rebuild your shattered faith. I want to clarify your unique purpose. I want to mend what has been torn apart in you, to reconcile the parts of you that are at war with each other, and to redeem everything in your story that seems hopelessly lost. You look at the wreckage of your past and say, "It is too late." But with me, it is never too late. I am the God who makes all things new. I can take your ashes and create from them a thing of beauty. I can make deserts bloom with life. I can bring life out of death itself. My child, I plead with you, lift your eyes from yourself. Stop fixating on your wounds, your failures, your fears. Look at me. Look at the cross, where my love for you was demonstrated in the most radical and undeniable way. Look at the empty tomb, the place where death itself was defeated and lost its power forever. Look at my Spirit, who now lives inside of you, breathing strength into you precisely when you feel weak. Do not measure the significance of your life by the limited perspective of what you can see right now. You were made for eternity, and eternity is so much grander than your present struggles. Come closer, my child. Please do not delay. I do not speak these words to frighten you, but to awaken you from your slumber. The days are precious and fleeting, and you do not know how many you have left. Use the time I have given you to love deeply, to forgive freely, to grow in wisdom, and to walk in intimate fellowship with me. Do not waste your precious years chasing after things that will turn to dust. Instead, store up for yourself treasures in heaven, where moth and rust cannot destroy, and where thieves cannot break in and steal. Let your heart reside where I am, and I promise you, you will never be disappointed. You fear letting go of certain habits, certain relationships, certain securities. But what you are clinging to so tightly may be the very chains that are holding you in bondage. Trust me enough to open your hands and release them. Trust me enough to believe that what I give you in return will always be better than what I ask you to let go of. Yes, I will prune you, but a good gardener only prunes a branch so that it may bear more abundant fruit. Yes, I will discipline you, but only because I love you as a father loves his child, wanting the very best for them. My ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts are deeper than yours. What seems confusing or painful to you now, you will one day understand from a clearer, eternal perspective. My child, my ultimate invitation is into a relationship of deep intimacy with me. I am not calling you to a religion of cold rules, or a routine of empty rituals, or a recitation of hollow words. I am calling you into a living, breathing communion with me. Speak to me as you would to your most trusted friend. Walk with me through the ordinary, mundane moments of your day, when you wake, when you work, when you eat, when you rest. I do not only delight in your formal prayers. I delight in your very presence. I delight in every small turn of your heart toward me, even in the midst of your busy day, even in a moment of complete silence. Do not ever believe you must achieve perfection before you can be with me. Come exactly as you are, and allow me to transform you gently from the inside out. And as you receive my love, you must allow it to overflow to others. Forgive others with the same boundless grace that I have shown you. Serve others with the same humble heart that I have shown you. Do not harden your heart against the people around you, for they are my children too, struggling with their own hidden battles. When you love them, you are loving me. When you care for the forgotten and the marginalized, you are caring for me. When you forgive those who have wounded you, you are reflecting the very heart of your Father. This is the pathway to true freedom. To love even when it is costly, to give even when it hurts, to bless even when you are cursed. This is the way of my Son, and it is the only way to a life of true, abundant fullness. Child, I know the intense battles that rage within you. I know the power of temptation, the pull of your weaknesses, the moments when a deep darkness whispers lies that you will never overcome. But you must remember this. I have placed my own Spirit inside you, and the one who is in you is infinitely greater than the one who is in the world. You are not powerless. You are not abandoned to your struggles. My grace is always sufficient for you. My strength is made perfect and most visible in your moments of weakness. When you fall, do not lie there in despair. Rise again with me. Never ever give up. I am with you in this process, patiently shaping you, purifying you, and preparing you for a glory beyond your wildest imagination. My child, you often cry out to me, asking why your blessings seem delayed, why doors you desperately want to open remain shut, why your most earnest prayers seem to go unanswered. You begin to think that perhaps I do not hear you, or worse, that I hear you but am unwilling to give you the desires of your heart. But I want to reveal a profound mystery to you, so listen with an open heart. Many times, the abundant blessings I am longing to pour into your life are delayed not because I am withholding them, but because you, with your own hands, are pushing them away. Your choices, your attitudes, your fears, and your impatience often construct invisible walls between you and the very gifts I have prepared for you. I am not a God who takes pleasure in withholding good things. I am a Father who delights in giving. I am the source of every good and perfect gift. I desire your fullness, your joy, your growth, and your flourishing more than you do. Yet I cannot force my blessings into a heart that is stubbornly resisting my ways. Sometimes you are standing on the very threshold of a miracle, but you slam the door shut with your own hand because you cannot trust me with the process or the timing. Other times, you are already standing in a field of my blessings, but your eyes are so fixated on the one thing you lack that you are blind to the abundance all around you. My child, receiving my blessings is not just about getting something. It is about recognizing what is already there. You miss my blessings because you have a preconceived notion of what they should look like. You expect them in a specific shape, a certain size, a particular package. And when they arrive looking different from your expectation, you turn away in disappointment. You pray for strength, and so I allow a challenge into your life that will build your spiritual muscles. But you see only the difficulty and miss the gift of your growing resilience. You pray for wisdom, and so I allow you to navigate a complex situation that requires deep discernment. But you complain about the struggle instead of embracing the opportunity to grow wiser. You ask for a deeper capacity to love, and so I place difficult or needy people in your path. But you miss the blessing because you hoped love would feel like effortless joy, not like a costly sacrifice. How often, my child, have you prayed for a door of opportunity to open, but when I swing it wide, you freeze in fear, unwilling to step through? How many times have you begged me for guidance, but when I whisper a gentle direction in your heart, you ignore my voice because it does not align with your personal preferences or your plans for comfort? You miss blessings not because I refuse to give them, but because you resist the path that leads to them. You choose comfort over trust. You choose speed over patience. You choose your own control over surrender to my wisdom. Yet, the greatest blessings are found only on the path of trust, patience, and surrender. Sometimes, you are clinging with a white-knuckled grip to things I am trying to remove from your life, so that I can place something far better in your hands. But because you refuse to let go, you miss the greater gift. You pray for abundance, but you hold on to a mindset of scarcity and fear. You pray for freedom, but you remain willingly chained to unforgiveness. You pray for my peace, but you continue to entertain thoughts of bitterness, anxiety, or resentment. And then you wonder why peace never comes. My child, how can I fill your cup with my living water when it is already overflowing with poison? The first step toward truly receiving is often the act of letting go. There are blessings I have prepared for you that are so great they require you to grow before you can carry them. If I gave them to you too soon, their weight would crush you. A small child cannot wear the heavy crown of a king. He must grow into it. In the same way, you must be strengthened, matured, and prepared before some of my greatest gifts can be entrusted to you. When you grow impatient, you sometimes run ahead of me and seize things by your own strength, long before the time is right. And what was intended to be a blessing becomes a heavy burden. This is not because I do not want to bless you. It is because you try to take prematurely what I intended to give you perfectly, in its proper season. My child, you also miss blessings because you measure them with the world's broken ruler. You think blessings are found only in greater wealth, career success, public recognition, or material gain. But I give blessings that can never fade, that can never be stolen. Peace of mind in the midst of chaos, clarity of purpose in a confusing world, joy that is independent of your circumstances, friendships that sharpen and refine you, and opportunities to serve that fill your soul with meaning. These are the true treasures of heaven, yet you so often overlook them because your eyes are fixed on the fleeting treasures of earth. Do not despise the day of small beginnings. Do not overlook the sanctity of ordinary moments, for they are often the hiding places of my most extraordinary blessings. You push blessings away with your own hands when you speak words of doubt and negativity over the work I am doing in your life. The power of life and death is in your tongue. When you constantly declare your own failure, when you endlessly rehearse your fears, when you confess with your mouth that things will never change, you are closing doors that I long to open for you. My blessings flourish in an atmosphere of faith, not in the toxic soil of despair. Speak life, my child. Align your words with my promises, not with your fears. You miss your blessings when you fall into the trap of comparison. You look at what your neighbor has, at the doors that seem to open so easily for them, and your heart fills with envy and a sense of being cheated. You fail to realize that their path is not your path, and their timing is not your timing. While you are busy envying their garden, you are neglecting to water the precious seeds I have planted in your own. Envy blinds you to the unique portion I have prepared for you. Gratitude, on the other hand, opens your eyes to see that I have already given you more than you can possibly imagine. You miss my blessings when you refuse to forgive. You must understand, forgiveness is not primarily a gift you give to the person who hurt you. It is a gift you give to yourself. Unforgiveness hardens your heart, and a hardened heart cannot freely receive my grace. I desire to pour rivers of my love into your life, but bitterness acts as a dam, blocking the flow. When you hold on to grudges, when you nurse old wounds, you are gripping the very chains that keep you from the freedom you crave. My child, release them. Let them go, not because the person who hurt you necessarily deserves it, but because I desire your complete healing and freedom. You miss blessings when you let fear dictate your every step. Fear whispers, "You can't do it." Fear screams, "What if you fail?" Fear taunts, "You are not good enough." But I say to you, with me, all things are possible. Fear is a thief that robs you of the divine opportunities I place before you. How many times have you stood at the edge of a new possibility, a new adventure with me, only to turn back because the whisper of fear was louder than the roar of my promise? Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward despite the fear, trusting that I am with you, holding your hand. You miss my blessings when you refuse my discipline. My correction is not punishment, it is preparation. When I close a door, it is not rejection, it is redirection. When I withhold something you think you want, it is not because I do not love you, but because I know it would ultimately harm you. But if you resist my correction, if you stiffen your neck and insist on your own way, you will walk straight into snares that steal your joy. My discipline is a blessing in disguise, for it saves you from far greater pain down the road. Do not despise it. Embrace it as proof that you are truly my child, whom I love. You miss blessings when you rush. Impatience causes you to settle for far less than my best for you. You run ahead of me, frantically trying to manufacture your own answers and solutions, and then you wonder why they crumble in your hands. My timing, though often mysterious to you, is always perfect. A seed does not become a mighty tree overnight. The seasons of waiting are not punishment. They are the sacred soil in which the roots of the deepest blessings grow. If you can learn to trust me in the waiting, you will see a harvest beyond your imagining. You miss blessings when you build walls instead of bridges. I send people into your life as answers to your prayers, as partners for your journey, as mirrors to reflect my truth to you. But when you isolate yourself out of pride or fear, when you refuse wise counsel, when you shut others out, you are also shutting out the blessings I intend to bring to you through them. You were not designed to walk this life alone. My blessings most often flow through the channels of community, through love shared, and through wisdom exchanged. You miss blessings when you reject small tasks. You desire a grand assignment from me, but you refuse the small, daily acts of obedience that prepare you for greater responsibility. You look at a simple task of service and say, "This is beneath me." And yet, the greatest blessing is often hidden in the humility of doing what seems insignificant with great love. Did I not say that those who are faithful in the small things will be entrusted with much? Blessings are multiplied through humble faithfulness, not through prideful ambition. You miss blessings when you chase shadows instead of substance. You chase the approval of others, the applause of the world, the fleeting high of temporary pleasures, but they always leave you feeling empty. Meanwhile, I offer you depth, fulfillment, and eternal joy. The world dazzles with glitter, but its light quickly fades. My blessings endure forever, but you must choose them, even when that choice requires sacrifice. My child, I am not telling you these things to condemn you. I am inviting you to see with new eyes. I long for you to receive every good thing I have prepared for you. I do not want you to miss a single blessing. That is why I am revealing these truths, to awaken you, to open your eyes, and to soften your heart. Do not ever think that I am far from you. I am close. The blessings you seek are closer than you know. Therefore, I call you to walk in gratitude, for a grateful heart is a magnet for blessings. When you thank me for what you already have, you create more space in your heart to receive more. When you despise or overlook what you have, you close your hands. Thank me, my child, even in the waiting. Thank me for the small things. Thank me for the unseen work I am doing, and you will begin to see blessings unfold in ways that will astonish you. I call you to trust me, for trust is the key that unlocks the storehouses of heaven. When you lean not on your own limited understanding, when you place your unknown future into my known and loving hands, you release yourself from the prison of fear. I am faithful. I cannot and will not fail you. Trust does not mean you will always understand my ways, but it means you will always be secure in my arms. I call you to obedience, for obedience positions you to receive my blessings. Every instruction I give in my word is not meant to burden you, but to guide you into a more abundant life. When you choose to obey, even when it is difficult or counterintuitive, you are choosing to walk on the path where my blessings flow freely. Disobedience is always a detour into a dry and barren desert, but obedience leads you beside still waters and into green pastures. I call you to humility, for humility opens the way for me to exalt you. Pride blinds you to your need for me, but humility creates a wide open space for my grace to rush in. When you finally acknowledge your utter dependence on me for everything, I will pour out my blessings upon you in a measure that you cannot contain. My child, hear the passion in my voice. I do not withhold blessings because I lack love. I do not delay because I delight in your frustration. I am a father who is yearning to bless you, to heal you, to prosper your soul, and to guide your every step. But I will not force my gifts into unwilling or closed hands. So now I ask you, open your hands, open your heart, release what hinders you, trust my timing, walk in faith, and then you will see. You will see that my blessings are not small, not fragile, not temporary, but abundant, overflowing, and eternal. Even now, I am preparing things for you. Some you will see soon, some you will see later in your life, and some you will not fully recognize until you see me face to face in eternity. But not a single one of my promises will ever fail. Do not miss them with your own hands. Walk with me, my beloved child, and your cup will overflow. I love you. My deepest desire is that you would live in the fullness of my presence and my blessings. Do not fear. Do not doubt any longer. Just open your heart and you will see that I am faithful. What I have spoken, I will surely do. What I have promised, I will fulfill. Trust me, and you will never miss what is truly yours.